up guys, Gary here for GenVFX. Welcome back to this little tutorial. Feels like welcome back for me actually. I've been very busy working on another set of tutorials for a little bit later down the line. But I wanted to do something now so you don't think I've forgotten you there. Hello, I know you're there. So I am, and this is not a segue, I'm a big fan of Eurovision. I always have been, even when I was a kid. I remember seeing us win back in the 70s. Yes, I'm an old person. And with Making Your Mind Up by Bucks Fizz, I just about remember that. And I was watching it this last few weeks. Was it last Saturday? And I was watching it as you do, and I saw this appear. There you go. I saw this. It's called Leo, and it's the little drone that was flying around, showing all the areas, beautiful places around where it was actually being filmed, where it was the whole thing was taking place. And I was like, yeah, this is yeah, it's interesting. There wasn't any shadows in a lot of the shots. Sometimes they forgot reflections. It was like, are you really in that scene? Are you really there? But as I watched it, I just thought, God, I don't think that would take me very long to build in Blender. So I've set myself a task. I'm going to find out exactly how long it is going to take me to build it in Blender. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to record it. And I'm going to set a timer on my watch, on my phone even. And we're going to find out in real time, because I'm not going to edit this. I'm going to have to just get on with this. How long it's going to take me to actually build this, because I don't think it's going to take me very long. I think I can get this done and shaded in less than 20 minutes. Now, that's a big ask. I don't think, I'm only praying. I am smiling quite. I don't know if you can hear the smiling that I'm doing right now. I am obviously, I'm probably insane, but let's just see how long it's going to take me. So I'm going to bring up my clock, and I'm just going to get the stopwatch. And I am going to start this very soon. But what I'm going to do first of all, I just need to bring in and set this up. So very quickly, because I'm not going to set up first. Now I don't want that, and I don't really want you, and I'm going to get rid of you as well. And let's go to modeling, and I'm going to create a new. I'm just going to create a new one of these. This is another modeling window. I'm going to double click on that. I'm just going to call it quad. Okay. And I am going to very quickly, I'm going to move this all the way to the front, to reorder that to the front. I'm going to take that layout, and I'm going to reorder that to the front. I don't think I can drag them, you see. You can't really drag them. That would be useful if you could drag them, but you can pass over them quickly to get them. But I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to press Alt, Control, and Q. And I'm going to bring up this quad view, and then I'm going to press N on the keyboard, and just going down to view here. I'm going to pop open the quad view, I'm going to sync the zoom and pan, which means that whenever I zoom and pan in the front or the right or the top, they will all move and zoom and travel in conjunction, just to make my life a little bit more structured, let's just say. So let's go to this modeling view, and I'm going to pull open another little window. I'm going to change this to an image editor, and I'm going to open up an image. So let's go to my GenVFX drive, and let's go into the GenVFX, and let's go to tutorials, and we're going to go to this one, which is, if I'm not mistaken, Leo drone. Go to images, and let's bring in leo.jpg. So I can now move this around and keep this there as my kind of reference. So I'm planning on doing all of this in 20 minutes. I think I can do it with quite a bit less than that, but I know that if I say that, something's going to go wrong. So, right, let's just start. I'm going to start the clock. Now, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Right, that's now running. And let us begin. Okay, right, so we've got this little body and this little head and these arms, and they're a bit coppery, and there's lights on the edges and a little bit of a light in the back of his head. So let's start first of all by doing that body. So let's get to a quad view. And could really do with having that in a way I can actually see that when it's not just in the modeling tab. I know what I might do. I'm just going to go to the quad view. I'm going to do one in here as well. Let's just do this. Oh, it's giving me 2 quad views. Image editor. Oh, I'm wasting time. I'm wasting time already. Oh dear, why did I do this first? Oh my lord. Oh, what have I set myself a task to do? I don't believe this. Do you have effects? No, wrong one. I'm already getting frustrated and flustered. This isn't good. Leo drone. Images. Leo. Open. Right, there you go. Talking just a little bit about that. Right, okay. So let's go to the front view and let's get this body built. Now, the best way to do this is, I think, to do it with, I could use a donut, I think. There's nothing really underneath. Can't see the bottom. I'm going to assume the bottom is full. So I could either do it by revolving a curve. We could do that. Or I could start with the shape. I'm going to start with the shape. Let's not just do it with the curve. I'm just going to start with the shape. So I'm going to add to this a mesh. I'm going to add a UV sphere. Let's get in there, and we are going to go into here. I'm going to increase the segments to 60 and the rings to 30. Let's give it some proper detail. And I'm going to scale this. Let's have a look. I'm going to scale this pretty much down. So let's go to edit mode. Everything's there. Let's scale it in the Z. Just pull it down and set that to about there. That's good. And I'm going to take these bottom vertices like this, and I am no, I'm not going to take this bottom ring, just the bottom ring. I can't say, there you are. There you are, you lovely little things. Take this bottom ring here. I said bottom ring. And I'm going to press O. So I've got proportional on, and I'm going to go GZ and move that up. And oh, that's not far off where I wanted this to be. That's good. Yeah, let's flatten off that bottom. And let's take those top ones there. And is it too many? Yes, I just want that top ring there. Oh, hang on. No, I've done it wrong, haven't I? Let's go be careful here. It's got to be in wireframe. Otherwise, I won't have picked all the faces. Yeah, it's typical Gary. So GZ, and let's move that up so we get that bottom bit. And let's do this here. And just so you know, I haven't actually done this first. This is literally it. I just decided I was going to do this. This has not been done first already, so that's the reason why I'm making a wonderful, wonderful large amount of errors. So there we go. Let's set that to about there. Yes, that doesn't look too bad. I think actually I'm going to go back a couple of steps here and bring that there, and I'm going to push this up just a little bit. Yes, to that. And let's take that and let's move that GZ and let's move that up there. And let's just have a little look at this. I probably don't want that to be smooth. I want that to be linear. Yes, so it's kind of a bit more of a line. Maybe even that's not quite right. Root, maybe. No, that's too much. And also the proportional size, it's taking up too much stuff. No, maybe that's fine. But that is, no, let's try, go back to, it's no good. Smooth was kind of maybe okay. Let's have a look at sphere. That's definitely not going to be okay. Sharp. Let's do it with sharp. That's better. That feels more like the correct shape. Let's just get rid of that so I can see what I'm doing. And those can essentially be inside of that head shape, which is kind of like, it looks almost like a box, which I think we can do probably as a box, and then bevel it a bit to make it fit and look correct. Now, what I'm going to do now is let's put a little lip in there. So let's go back to the modeling view. Let's have a look at what we've got here. So this line is kind of on the bottom, and is it on the rim edge? No, it's just below the rim edge. So I'm going to select the line here. Where is it now? Let's go to change it to 2, and then press Alt. I'm going to click this line, and I'm going to go Alt. I've already on Alt, sorry. I'm going to go Control B to do a bevel, and I'm going to just pull that there like this. Put it a little bit there. Oh, and then I'm going to twiddle that by hand. Let's just put finger on Shift and pull through the width. There you go. And then let's do this, and let's extrude this along the normal. Let's pull that in a teeny tiny amount. There we go. So that's kind of that lower bevel there. And then 5 minutes. You're kidding me. That can't be 5 minutes. Holy moly. It's because I did that other thing, isn't it? And then let's go and pick this one here and do the same thing. Let's go Control B. Let's move this a bit further away so I can get a bit more control. And let's do that again, extrude along the normals. And that's going too far the other way. Hang on, dump. And let's just push that along the normal. Is that too much? Is that too much? Yep, that's fine. Let's leave that there. And now let's go to the front view and let's kind of put that head in place. We can put other bits on in a bit, but let's get that head there first. So let's go to object mode and let's add, and actually let's very quickly just do that. Let's go shade smooth. Oh, I don't like that. So let's get the normals and go auto normal. There we go. Let's add onto this a mesh. Let's add a cube. And let's go Z, Z4 for wireframe. And let's lift this up so that about there. Let's do that. SZ, oh my lord. Okay, right. So SZ, and then let's do an SX to bring it in, and it's just about the same width as that. Let's just get rid of the extrude control. Let's go back to the tab. Let's lift it up so it's a little bit higher, so it's more kind of like there. That looks a bit more appropriate. So we'll go to the side view and let's get it in the Y, and let's bring this in like this. I'm going to lift it a little bit more. Yep, okay. So we've got this kind of head thing. Is that too wide? Very probably. Let's do an SX there and bring that in, and then let's very quickly apply all of that stuff. Just to be sure that when we look at it, we've got the scales and directions. Yeah, nice. So now let's go to edit mode, and before we go to edit mode, let's very quickly throw on the bevel, and you can see what that's doing there. And we'll change this first of all from angle to weight, and oh heck, here we go. Let's set that amount to 1 meter for the sake of argument, and set the segments to about 5. Let's get up this, and let's do a mean bevel weight and start to push that up so we can get the shape that we want, which is that. But we don't want it on the front face, so let's put these edges here, and let's pull those back to 0 so we have a flat face. Oh, that's champion. That's champion. And now we are going to just apply that. So let's go to edit mode, and let's go apply, and then let's get this Z4. Oh, sorry, Z6. And I'm just going to very quickly make this a bit more approachable because I want to be able to see what I'm doing better, and I just adjust that to that. In fact, let's go to a matte cap and let's put on something a bit more like a metal. There we go, right, so we can actually see properly what we're doing. And I'm going to put a little bit of a bevel in here, and then we're going to start adding some faces to this so I can get those two little rim light things. So, okay, we're now in 8 minutes. Oh, I'm never going to do this in 20 minutes. Who was I trying to kid? Okay, right, so we're on to the face. Let's pick this face, and let's go I, and let's insert this, and then we'll just do I, and insert this again. There we go. And I'm going to delete this face. And I'm going to add some, let's add some points to this, because I'm going to need them. And I probably could have done this better, but hey. And then I'm going to take this edge because I want to fill this with a grid. So let's do a grid fill. Oh, come on. There's the edge. And then we're going to go face, and we're going to go grid fill. And that's not quite what we want. This is not quite right. There we go. That is absolutely what we wanted. That's great. So I'm going to take the polygon edge here. I'm going to press Alt and click on that edge there. And I'm going to extrude this ever so slightly inwards. So let's do that. Slightly. Whoop, I need to pull it. I keep on forgetting this. Go that way. Right. Okay, like that. And now we're going to go to the front view, and I'm going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just get rid of that out of that extrude thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're in the loop tools. Loop tools. We're going to go circle. Ooh, that's nice. I'm going to do the same over here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Loop tool circle. So we've got the 2 eyes. Oh my lord, no time at all. I haven't got a little bit of time at all. Oh, no, I want the edges. So I want to select these edges. Oh dear, here we go. Actually, no, I want to do an insert. That's probably better, actually, yeah, because if I insert those faces, they'll scale a little bit better. So let's do that. Oh, hang on, Gary. Shift. shift, 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 shift. Do the same over here. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then shift, 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 shift. Insert, and there we go, because we're doing it locally, which is good. There we go. And then we can go one, and actually we can just go Alt and click, and then Shift, Alt and click, and do that. And I am going to, I think I will extrude those inwards. Yes, I will. I will. But what I'm going to do, actually, when I think about it very quickly, I'm going to create face. Can I, and let's assign those, and then select and deselect and select. There we go. Right. So that I'm going to call that group. I'm going to call that eye edges. Okay. So we've got the eyes, and we're on 11 minutes. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. So that's kind of the head, and that's kind of this. And let's just go object mode, and I'm also going to put on wireframe so I can see what I'm doing there. That's better, and it's kind of that's not that far off. It's going to set the origin of that to the geometry, and I'm going to lift it up a little bit, and I'm going to scale it down a teeny tiny bit. That feels a little bit better in terms of scale. Maybe not. So let's try again. Let's scale it back a little bit. There we go. And now we're going to do one of these arms, and we're going to have to start literally. Let's go to the 7, that's top view. And I'm going to start by creating a cylinder. So let's add a mesh, let's add a cylinder, and let's move it over here, and let's move it back. I'm just going to go Z4 to be on wireframe. I want this to be away from that corner, exactly directly, diametrically, as it were. So where are we? What's that? That's that. Well, let's make this a bit smaller first of all. Oh, running out of time. I don't believe I set myself. I'm an absolute fool. Okay, right. So let's do this, and let's get that down. Okay, right. So that's a bit smaller. Okay, now that's going to be minus 1.4, and that's 1.4. So that's currently in the right place. Oh, and now I'm going to very quickly. I'm going to add an empty slap bang into the middle, and I want that. I'm going to call that. That's going to be my array rotator, to call that. Now I'm going to do my sphere. I'm going to call body. Let's do this. I haven't really got time for this, but let's do it anyway. Head, and the cylinder is going to be the drone fan. That'll do. Drone fan. Right. First thing I'm going to do is going to add a modifier to this. Going to add an array modifier. I'm going to go to the object offset. Turn off the relative one. I'm going to pick the empty. Where is it? The array rotator. And I'm going to set the count to 3, and it's currently doing a scale. Why is that doing a scale? I have no idea. Is it because it's already been scaled? I think that's what it is. That's what it is, of course. So I need to apply the location, rotation, and scale. So let's just rotate the scale, and do I have to? I've got to apply the motive. I've got to apply everything, because of course I need the apply to also be the location, so that doesn't go right. Okay, fine. Right, so that's fine. So I've got the array rotator, and we're now going to rotate this by 90 degrees around the Z, but that's not what I wanted. No, I want to rotate this like this, and that's right. I don't do a location. I do a rotation. There, minus 90. Okay, right. So that fundamentally is the starting point for all of my fans, but I've got to edit one of them, which is this one here. So let's just get that done. So let's go to the front view, and so that's got to be on that line. So I'm going to start by moving this down. So let's move this down, and we move it down. Oops. Holy moly. Let's go to edit mode, see what happens here if I move this down. There we go. And I want these to be just above that line there. And let's go to this face here, and let's lift it up, move that down. Let's see about that. And I want to input a thing there. What's it called? A loop cut. I'm just going to go back into here. I'm going to move this down to there. And I'm going to move this. Oh, I can see what's happening there, of course. I've still pressed 0, haven't I? Oh, so I still have proportional editing on, so now I need to get a move on. If I didn't even before, so let's put that. Okay, that's all of those there. Let's go press A for every single one of them. Let's scale them with the Z. Let's move the cursor further away first before we do the FZ, so we've got more control, more trolls. And I am now going to select the middle verts like this, and I'm going to scale these up, but I do want proportional editing on for this, so let's escape that and press the O on the keyboard, and we'll go S like this, but there's now too big, so we've got to move this down, and we get the curve like that, then press them all, turn off proportional, and scale that down. There we go, so they're nicely in the right place. Oh god, oh, I'm just running out of time like no one's business. And now I want to go to that polygon and that polygon there, and I'm going to delete them. No, I'm not. I'm going to do an inset. I'm going to pull those in. Now I'm going to delete them. Yes, like that. And then I'm going to select this edge with Alt. Where are you? I'm going to change it to edge mode first. I'm going to press Alt, select that one, Alt Shift, and pick this one. And I'm going to do loop tools. I'm going to do bridge, so that fills those in. And I'm going to basically create a polygon face on that as a vertex group. So let's call that brass in fan. And then I'm going to assign those, select them, deselect them, select, deselect. That's good. Right, okay, just checking it's there. Oh dear. I'm now going to, very quickly, I'm going to come over here and I need some polygons. So look at the top view here. I want those ones there. Of course I do. Yes. And let's go back to this view here and let's just deselect that one. Oops. Oh, let's pick this one or this one. Okay, right, fine. And I am going to extrude these along the normal. So if we pull that out, we get that there. And is that the only? I needed both of them. I need those ones. And because I've got the angle incorrect, that one, that one, that one, and that one, and not that one, that one. No, not that one. Oh my lord. This is not. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, come on. Top view. Let's do this again. And then that. And then we can pull those out. And they need to go wider anyway, so that's handy. That's very handy. And then I'm also going to go loop tools. I'm going to create this to a circle. And then I'm going to scale those down. So let's go Z4, very quickly, Z6, sorry. And let's make it semi-transparent. And I am going to go a polygon mode. That's fine. Yeah, yeah. And I'm going to go SZ, scale those in like that. And I'm looking at that, and I think those are a little small. So let's do this. Let's go to the top view, and we're just going to go S and just scale those up a bit better. And I'm going to move them. Oh, minus 1.7 and 1.7. Is that better? That's too big. Right, minus 1.55 and 1.55. Love the fact you can do it with vertices in this software. There you go. That looks a bit more appropriate. 18.5 minutes. I have not finished. I'm going to keep on going. So object mode, and I wanted to create the. What do I want to do? I want to create this a bit in the front. So let's do this quickly. Let's add another mesh. Let's add a cube. And let's go SZ, scale it down. And I'm going to push it down here. And I'm going to move it to here, like this. And I'm going to do SY. Let's bring that in. SY, bring that back in again, like that. And I am going to now just go back to the front view. I'm never going to do this in 20. I'm going to see how long it takes me now because I'm going to carry on because I'm not going to finish until it's all built and I'm happy. So hopefully it won't be too long. Bear with. We're doing okay. Right, SX, let's bring this in. Like this, great. Okay, now I'm going to do the beveling in here rather than with bevel this time. Let's pick those 4 edges. I'm going to go Control B and I'm going to pull these down. And you can see the scale's all wrong, so it's not going to work. Oh, I didn't freeze the scale. So let's go object mode, and object, and we're going to go apply scale. And let's try that again. Let's go to edit mode. Pick. Let's Control B and let's put, there you go. Those are now square. Let's put those to there and let's stick up the segments. There we go. And I'm going to pick, let's do this again. So we do the other, let's pick that face there. Let's go delete. I've got to be more realistic with my with my timings on this thing. And I'm going to add some, oh, I meant to do that, sorry. I meant to add a few loop cuts. Let's do, and then one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. and then one there, one there. Let's just very quickly do the ones in between. I know I could have dialed this up, but for some reason it felt better doing it this way because I'm a lunatic. And then let's select that face, please. That face, thank you. Then delete that and delete that face. And then do the same as we did before up on the head. We're going to select all of that ring. We're going to go face, we're going to go grid fill, and that's a beautiful grid fill. That's exactly what I wanted. And I am now going to, well, I'm going to have to project it against that really, but you see it does stick out. So what I'm going to do, it sticks out, but it's still slightly curved. So let's select all of these, all of them, and we're going to do, basically, let's select the middle bunch like this, and we're going to press G, and we're going to press GX, GY, sorry. But what we want to do is we want to turn on proportional editing by pressing O on the keypad. And then we're going to go GY. We're going to move this forward and we're going to push up that there. So I can put a little bit of a curve in it like this. And then the object can then be pushed into here like this. And we can see how much further it needs to go. Let's just turn off the transparency. And it probably needs to be quite a bit smaller actually. Let's scale it down. Yeah, I'm on 21 minutes and 50 seconds here, everybody. I'm a failure. I'm going to keep on going, though, because I refuse to quit. Scale this down. See, I'm intrigued to how long it takes me to do this whole thing, because I didn't think it was going to take me a huge amount of time. I obviously didn't consider this perfectly sensibly, but then I am a bit of an idiot. So there you go. Let's change it to edge mode. Let's get an edit mode as well, and then edge mode, and then let's go Alt and pick that there. Pull those back. Turn off proportional first. Pull those back. Right, okay, so that's kind of like that bit there. And then all I've got to do now, pretty much, in order to finish the modeling side, is to build the little fans that go in there and some lights. So the little lights we're going to do on our main drone. Let's go back to object mode, pick this, and then go back to edit mode. Yes, I know I could have picked it a different way. So I can go on, and then let's pick, where do we want to go? About one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, collect, like that, and then let's go inset a little bit like that, and let go, and let's make that thickness to 0.01. Yep, and then go that one to that one, and do the same thing again. So we all go. Is it no, it's not control. Is it Shift R Control D? There is a command that redoes it. Someone please remind me. It's completely gone out of my head, but I will just do it anyway. Let's press I and bring it in, and then 0.01, and then let's pick that and that and that and then that, and we are going to extrude those a little bit. So let's do that. Extrude it like the normal other way, Gary. So they are lights that stick out somewhat. And now they're on every single one, and let's very quickly call those create, and we'll call those ones rim lights. Let's assign those points to them. Let's just select those. Let's deselect and select just to be sure it's working. The reason for that is to come back for shading. And let's not worry about that, because yeah, it's lighting, it's a textural effect, which we haven't got time for. So let me go to the object mode, and let's go to top view, and I want, no, it's not going to work because it's not what I wanted to do. It's not going to work now, which is to take the cursor, and I wanted it to be in the middle of this bit here, which is probably round about there, something like that, but I can't pick the middle. But what I might be able to do actually is pick the middle. If I pick a bunch of the polygons here, so if I go that one and that one, take it off of that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and I can go Shift S, and I can go cursor to selected, and that then puts it in the middle. So if I put that, let me just put that cursor over here just to prove that's working. Now I'm not on a time constraint, or at least not so badly on a time constraint. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and I shall go Shift S, cursor to selected. That's in the middle. Good. Right. That's good. So what we're going to add to that, we're going to add onto that a little bit of a cylinder, I think. Yeah. Let's add a cylinder like that. So that's going to be massive. Let's scale this down, S, and scale in like that. No, that was pressing period on the number pad, brings that down. We can now push that in here. But you'll notice that what I've done is I've done it whilst in edit mode. So it's actually making it part of our fan. Little useful tip. If you want to add something that way, you can. It's not a bad way to do it, to be perfectly honest. And I'm going to go SZ to scale this down. And let's go GZ and move it down a bit more. Let's just have a look for the side. Let's just go Z4, and that's too low, of course. Now we can see that's GZ. Let's push this up, and then what I can do is I can then take. We want 3 fans, so let's see. Let's go. How many edges? How many edges does it take to change a light bulb? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I'm going to say that's 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Maybe doesn't look right. No. Let's take off that one, add that one. That's looking vaguely better. That one and then that one. Do I need to do 5s to make it even? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 1. Oh, maybe try. Let's try. I don't know how many sides it had. I didn't check. That was silly of me, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 5, 6. Oh, that was silly of me. Well, let's have a quick look how many sides there are. 1, 2, 3. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's 18 divided by, what am I doing? It's 36. So it's 12. So it should be 6. Should be, shouldn't it? Oh my days. How many of, let me do this way. Let's select these ones here. Let's just select all of them and then deselect that one. And deselect that one. And deselect that one. Come on, unselect it. There we go. And I should be able, oh, go away. How long has that been there? And I should be able to go and show some stats. And I think it is, where is it? Statistics, there we go. So I have selected 32 faces. Right, 32, right. So 32 divided by 6. What's 32 divided by 6? Can I do you know what I'm going to do? This is going to take me too long for my maths brain to not work it out. So let's just delete those faces. Right, and delete those faces. Delete them entirely. Right. Let's go back to top view so I can see. There, it's still there. Good. Right, so let's do this now. Let's go. We're back in. We're in edit mode, so that's fine. So let's add a mesh. Let's add a cylinder, and this time let's get the numbers right. So I'm going to add one with 12 sides. Yeah, because 12 means I can do 3, 3, and 3. So that's good. So that's 12. Good. And let's make the radius loads smaller. Let's bring down the depth as well. And let's go to our side view, and that's, oh, we need to bring that down so much more. And we are going to now go to the front view, and we're going to bring the whole lot down to there like that. So at which point we've killed off anything that's in the editability of this thing. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Here, 1, 2, 3. Miss, miss, miss. Oh no, no, it's not 1, 2, 3, is it? If I've got 12 sides, it's 1, 2, miss, 1, 2, miss, and then 1, 2. That's it. Lovely. Let's go to the top view, and let's go extrude along the normals. And oh, without letting go would be good. Making some fantastic stuff. Forgive me. Down here, and let's now go SZ, and then we can just scale that down. And let's go back to the top view, and let's do some rotating, or at least some scaling, probably. I think probably some scaling might be just more appropriate. Select those two, please. Let's scale those down. Our cursor's too close. Scale that down to about there. Let's take those two, scale those down to about there. And these two. Come on. Come on. Thank you, Mr. Polygon. Oh, scale those down to about there. So we've now got 3 sets of fans, and now I need to connect them. So kind of what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this polygon here, and if I'm correct, I need to start to do some subdivisions in here. So let's do one, another, and another. Let's go here and let's select, as you do, that one and that one and that one and that one. And let's go back to the top view. I'm going to go extrude, and this time I'm just going to do this by eye pretty much. And I'm going to go SX. And I'm going to go SY. To get roughly the right bits. There we go. And then I'm going to extrude again like this. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Stick in another subdivision there like this. And let's go here and let's select this one and this one, this one, this one. And we're going to go loop, we'll go circle, like that. I'm going to do the same with this one, this one, this one, loop, circle. There we go. Let's do the same with these two as well. That one, that one, that one, that one. No, I didn't put in the subdivision. Let's do that with, there we go. And let's go dump. Pom, 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 pom. I'm still on the clock as far as I'm concerned. It's now 30 minutes and 31, 32 exactly. Typical. Right. Loop tools, circle, and then we're going to hit 1, 2, 3, 4. Loop tools and circle. And then let's very, very quickly add another little thing in here. So let's select those. Let's go Shift D so we can duplicate them, escape, and then we scale those down, and then we extrude those in the Z. Like that. So that's our fans connected, and they're all there on every single one because that is now pretty much the modeling done at 3, 2, 35, 10. That's 32 minutes, 35 seconds, 0.10. Right. Oh, I'm going to quickly save this as Leo the drone. What? And let's pop it in the right folder. Oh dear. Not even remotely surprised that that took me longer than I expected. I really thought I had that kind of in the bag, I'll be honest with you. I really thought, oh, I've got this. Leo.blend. Yeah. What I'm going to do quickly though is I'm going to very quickly shade him. So let's go to the shading menu. And in this image view, I'm going to open the image again. In fact, I think I'll probably get to it now. Can't I? Yeah, Leo.jpg. There we go. And it's just already a kind of a lovely scene. Let's make it let's go with the cornfieldy one. That's better. And let's start by adding on the whole thing. Let's make a lot of these things smooth, shade smooth, and then turn on the auto normals. There we go. And I'm going to add a global sort of chromey shader to the whole thing. So let's add that first. Gloomy, global. I've lost the plot. A global chrome. So let's go like this, and let's make the base color. Let's make it a little bit darker. And I'm going to call it, first of all, let's just call it chromey so I can apply it to other things. Chromey. And let's turn down the roughness a little bit. Sorry, so it's a little bit lower. Turn up the specular, turn up the metallic completely. There we go. That almost looks as if it's getting there already. Let's raise the base color a little bit. And in the settings here, I want to just turn on ambient occlusion. So we get some little darker patches where we need them. And I'm going to turn on bloom. Yeah, no. But I'm going to turn on screen spaced reflections because we're going to need them. And I'm going to turn off half res trace. Let's go something just a little bit more, a little bit finer, a little bit better. And let's pick this and let's assign chromey to that and this, and let's assign chromey to that and this, and let's assign chromey to that. So we've actually got chromey pretty much everywhere, and it's got the kind of similar sort of thing, but if you look, this has despite its beautifulness, as it were, it does look a little bit, oh, missed out a light. It does look a little bit battered. So let's give this a little bit of battering. Have I got the scales right on all of that? Let's just do that again. Push that to roughly about the same angle, shall we? I don't think it's far off. I think the head's a little bit small, but that could just be the fact that it's highlighted. We shall see. We shall see. Let's add. Let's just smooth this, and then we'll turn on the normals again on this one. Auto smooth. There we go. And I'm going to make this a little bit dirtier. And the best way to do that, if you didn't know, is to go to the textures and create a Musgrave, which is kind of this cloudy sort of texture. It's a good one. It's a nice one. And I'm going to plug this into the roughness like this. Oh, this silly little thing. There we go, the roughness. I'll give it a second to pull itself together. And you can see it's kind of giving sort of like this kind of general roughageness. I'm going to increase the detail. I'm going to reduce the dimension. And then we start to get this kind of rough edge. But what we are getting, I don't know whether you can tell this, it doesn't, the values of this are going into something that gives you 0 to 1. It's clamped it. It's going a bit wrong because the values that come out of this are not 0 to 1. They're sort of like minus 0.1 to like 1.2. So let's just fix that. So let's go to converter and let's put in a remap. So that's math range. And then as you'll see in a second, as I reduce this, you see it's already looking a little bit cleaner. Gone too far. See, it's a little bit less, and the max up a little bit. There we go. So it's not so full on. But then the other issue now is that we need to have it kind of reflecting all the time. So the minute it's given sort of, I can crush those values there, or what I can do is I can go to a converter and I can use a color ramp, which actually I find a far more reliable way of doing it, because your black is absolutely rock solid and this white is less shiny. So let's bring that, let's just clamp that down a little bit and put that there, and let's just scale this a little there, and let's give it a little bit more detail, and then let's take this white, let's bring this down a bit. Okay, there you go. So we're kind of putting a bit of that into there just to take off somewhat the edge of the perfection. In fact, that's minus 0.1. That should be 1.2 roughly. Yeah. So you're getting patches where that's it. So you're getting patches where the reflection isn't perfect, but it also could do with having a little bit of bump there as well. So we've got our map range, and we're going to get to vector bump that. Let's put the results of this into the height, and then the normal into the normal, and now we'll get something which is far too obvious in a second. There you go. That's really, really awful. Set that to 0.1, 0.025. There you go. It's just a little bit more detail in there, which is nice. Adds a tad of something else to it. I'm going to also add a bit of shadow to this, which I could do with, and I got rid of the lights. So let's add a light. Let's add a sunlight, and let's move it. Oh, well, let's at least rotate it a bit, so it's actually got some sort of angles to it. So 45. Let's move that to rendered. Now you can see a bit more. Let's go into the. Let's add an environment to this. I think I might have to just get one quickly. Images. And let's bring that in and go open. There we go. So that's lovely. That's got the garden. That's got our gardens. Lovely. So that's in our shader. There we go. And what we need to do now is we need to make another shader, which is those little lovely blue, bright, neon-y eyes, and also these panels on the edge here. So here's our little object, and if we put this with some wireframe on it, we can see those edges. Now, if you remember, we already selected those edges. So I'm going to go to slot. I'm going to add a new slot here, and I'm going to add a new material to that. And I'm going to make this a full emission shader. So let's lift it up and let's put it into that neon-y blue. That looks a little bit right. Maybe if I just push it that way slightly. Okay, that's fine. Set the emission strength to 1. And so we now go to here, down to our shaders, and we can see there it is there. And let's call it eyes. So when I go down here to our, our faces, our vertex maps, and for some reason, let's pick the object, that might help, and let's go in here and let us select them. So let's go into edit mode, and let's select those. I'm going to do it again, then go back to shader mode, and in here, we need to put in our new material, which is eyes, like this. We go assign, and that is now on those. And let's go back, let's pick the drone fan, which is this one here, is our master. So let's pick one of these, and this has got the eyes in there already. It's got on slot 2, I think. But we'll create slot 2, and we'll apply, we'll apply to that one eyes. There we go. And because essentially it is not too far off the same shader, so let's just do that way. And let us go eyes, and then we'll go assign. So that's that on there. And we'll now we're going to go and create a new slot in this one as well. So let's do this one, and this one we're going to add a new shader. And this one is going to be our brassy. So let's call it brassy. Let's have a look. So we know it's going to have a very low roughness. It's going to be very specular. It's going to be very metallic. And its base color is going to be this. There we go. So I'm now going to do this. I'm going to press Alt and Shift and select that one. Select that one, sorry. Alt and Shift, Alt and Shift, Alt and Shift. My dog's just come in. Hello, Ginny. You right, lovely? Ah, and now she's going. It's fine. That's a Labrador thing. If you want to know what Ginny looks like, if you go to my tutorial on how to do a planar tracking and replacements inside of Resolve, she's in that. She's a little bit younger in that one, but it's still her. Let's select those. There we go. And let's select those. There we go. That's pretty much all of it. So let's go linked on that one, and then pick that one, and 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 that one. I think we're almost there, are we, with those? That. It's if I had it on wireframe, I could just select the whole lot in one go. Why did I just think about doing that? I have no idea. I'm such an idiot. And now we're going to go here, and we're going to go click on brassy and go assign. And there we have brassy in those. It's a little bit too dark. So let's lift brassy up. Let's lift brassy up and let's push it that way. Where we go? Where we go? Where we go? That's probably about right. Doesn't look too far from the actual job he wants it. And I think, you know, truth be known, I think we've pretty much got the drone right. Oh my days! Let's look at. Let's take it to render view, and let's. In fact, we haven't got a camera, have we? So I need to add a camera because I've got rid of it. So let's add a camera. Let's look through the camera, and let's not do that. Let's press N and go to View. I go Camera to View and pull back, and here is this little twerp, this little thing. Oh dear! Altogether, it's taken me longer than 20 minutes. I did not judge that very well, did I? So let's just change this. Let's go to rendering. In fact, I might have to actually. Let's go to keep it in shading. Let's turn off the wireframe and stuff. And let's turn off camera to view so we can zoom in a bit. And I need to change that light thing. It's the wrong. It's not working at all. That is it. Eyes. Eyes is white. That should be bluer. Let's get that bluer. Is that actually on anything? I thought that was the one. Is that not the color? Is that not the one? Is the emission strength too? Is the emission strength too high? It might be. That could be it. helps as well if you change the emission color. You imbecile, Gary. But if I take that, if I bring this down, saturation's up to full, move that up. If I go back up here and we turn on bloom, where are you? There you go. Bloom, we should start to get some light coming from this. Let's increase the emission strength. There you go. That's it. I mean, that is it. That is Leo, I think, pretty much. It's not dissimilar, is it? Let's be frank. And with a little bit of ambient occlusion, which I think I can increase. There we go. Let's increase the precision somewhat. And I don't think that's too far off. I do not. There could be another little line put in here, so we could basically go into here and in the framing of wires. Where is it here? There we go. We could go in here maybe and stick another line in here and bevel that. We could also do the old favourite of just adding a bevel to it as well, using angle, increasing that somewhat. Just add a bit more detail to it. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. There we go. There is a bit more there. There we go. But it's kind of limited because it's using offset rather than percent. We'll probably do a better job. Yeah, there you go. You see, we can do that. Add a bit more detail in there. Also add a bit more to the fans as well because it does it across the entire board. Maybe do a bit more on the head. You know, add a bevel to this. Let's add a bevel to this. And that's adding, again, more detail, which is just nice to see. Just a little bit more on that. So it's quite cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So if I was to render this, let's press F12, see what we get. And there, yep, there you go. I've done it. Don't know how long it's taken, but that's it. Done. So there you go. It took me about 32 minutes to build it, and then probably about another 20 minutes to basically finish off the shading. So in less than an hour, I can definitely say that I built the drone that was used in Eurovision. And you know what else I would do? I might put in some shadows, and I might put in some reflections when they're driving over water. Flying over water. So yeah, there you go. I can do that. You can do that. Nothing in there is hard. I wish you all the best. Take care, guys, and I will see you next time, or as we say in the UK, Royaume-Uni, Null Points. Take care, guys. Look after yourselves. Bye.